So, hi, welcome to the video. Just wanted to give a little introduction before I get into this one. So obviously this is the 100 miles that I did for the Mater Hospital. I'm going to have a few clips so that happened every day, all different days throughout. I had like what I ate for some meals, just some behind the scenes stuff, and then at the end what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go over just some like what speed I typically did, how my weight came down, blah blah blah. So enjoy, thanks for watching. You can like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Catch us at the end of the clip. 10k down, 1.5 to go. Finally came. It's official now, I suppose. It's actually a nice enough t-shirt. This thing will break you up. So after a few days of running, my knee is kind of getting a bit, I can feel it tight or something like that down here. So obviously your quad, this all connects here. It's all like here, this all connects obviously to your knee. So I'm just rubbing all this out, just around here, trying to get in around, trying to get it a bit better. Now this is breaking again. The other day, this part broke, where I had to super glue here back on. Now another part is after just snapping off here. As if you don't know, I'm shooting with my phone. But I've decided now I'm gonna get a PlayStation. Probably gonna get a phone, get a camera. So hopefully in the next few weeks, this quality will get a bit better. So what I'm doing now is, it's day 6 of the running. So I'm lucky enough, there's like a mountain side type of thing near my house within my 5k. So I'm gonna go up there and do a bit of running. I'd rather do the trails than the hard road anyway. I don't know, I find it a bit better on the knees and on the legs. So I'll try to get a few shots up there as well. See you up there. Run done. Of course it would rain, typical Ireland, says it's not going to rain, and then go out and it spins on its head. One feature I wish there was on this Garmin watch was that it knows your route, if you know what I mean. Like I do nearly a different route every day, so obviously my times are different because there's going to be hills and there's going to be declines. If there was a feature that would just be able to track your one route, give me a better idea of like my times and stuff, because it does give you like 5k, 10k. Maybe some other watches do, maybe more expensive ones. This one was only about 250. I don't know.
I ran up a check, I might do it again. Enemies close, had me thinking they're friends. 10 toes down, I'll be free until the end. Crib outside the city, I don't feel safe in my hands. Took so many years, I'm just waiting for the wins. I'm in debt to no one but the one who took my sins. I do it for real, there's no reason to pretend. If I do it once, I do it again. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up.
Day 8 done. Another 11.5 in. On the Greenway here in Waterford. It's like a spot in Ireland. There's like tons of miles just as like walking area for like cyclists and people to run and all that kind of stuff. Got out before the snow, thankfully. Supposed to have heavy snow for the next few weeks. Got it done. Not just in Waterford either where I go to college, it's kind of all over Ireland. They're slowly building them up. So currently there's one in Wexford where I live, where it's going to connect Wexford to Waterford. It's roughly, I'd say about 60 kilometres, whatever that is in miles. So you could literally cycle 60 kilometres from county to county. There's another one around Galway and around Cork as well. So it's nice to get out, especially with lockdown, clear the head. Nice walk around, a little bit of nature. Well, I say nature, but there's more away. Nice footbridges and stuff. It's nice. So how I'm feeling after 8 days. We're roughly about 80 kilometres in. A little over 80. The body feels alright. Not too bad, a little tightness. I was getting on my knees, I said in earlier on in the clips and on my Instagram and stuff. But it's definitely doable. Like I was doing I had done like 5k twice a week before I even started this challenge, and I was only doing that from like after Christmas, a little bit before, so maybe about 4 weeks. But I was doing a lot of cycling, a lot of like 50 kilometer spins and stuff. But that's totally different from when you're when you're running, because think of it, when you're on the bike you're only using your lower body, when you're running you're using your whole body, so it's a lot more stress and stuff on the system, and it takes a lot more out of you. But I was thinking, you know, I wouldn't be able for it and all this kind of stuff, that I'm only doing 5k twice a week, trying to be practical. But I think a lot of people overthink it. It's more that people they think too much into it, I think, rather than just going out and doing it. They think of too many variables, try to get the plan too perfect, if you know what I mean, rather than just going out there and getting the job done and just helping yourself, basically, you know, clearing your head and whatnot, and getting out there, starting the challenge. Because once you start it, it's definitely a lot easier. Arm was breaking, hold me there. It's definitely a lot easier because once you start like a few days in and stuff, like now that I'm so far in, the first few k is a bit easier. When you get to around 7th or 8k, it is hard. I won't say it's easy, but you know, it's kind of like a comfortable pain if you get it. Like, you know that you've done it before and you know that you can kind of keep going. You know, it's on a slow burner. So moral story, just get out and do it and don't be overthinking. Day 9, starting to come down with snow, but have to get it done. Day 11 here. This is kind of what I started having for breakfast really lately, changing it up a bit and stuff. Got coffee, cornflakes, omelette, a little bit of red sauce, 50% less sugar and salt. Then with coffee I'll have some soy milk, and then I usually with cornflakes, because before I go for a run, I want to get a little bit of sugar in me. Just a little, not even, I usually weigh out 4 grams on the weighing scales, because people can do heaped teaspoons and all that kind of stuff, but I usually have that with cornflakes. What I thought before and stuff was that like cornflakes was really high in sugar, but it's actually not. It's like per serving it's 8 grams of sugar and it's like 30 grams of carbs, so that's really low in sugar, so it kind of gives you a little room to play with. You can throw in blueberries and all that stuff, but I just throw in a little bit of sugar. Don't even hear me. Run's done. There's one thing I do not get about someone in Ireland organising a run in February. As you can see, the weather is just not for it. I'd rather they spend on in the summer or something, but February in Ireland, the weather is not built for charity runs. So today's Thursday. Usually have a takeaway with Thursday, but when I'm doing like something like this run, I try to keep quality food the best I can. So this is kind of a fake way. I'll just run through it really quick. So chips here, ready for the air fryer. I'm gonna put some seasoning, probably some paprika, all that kind of stuff on it. Probably like a tablespoon oil, extra virgin olive oil. So I have them. You can get these in like Tesco. They're already cut up in like skinny chips, like fresh. Then it's a stone baked pizza margherita. You can see the amount there. It's half pizza, 10 grams of fat, which is really good. I'm gonna have the whole thing. But yeah, if you were getting like a pizza out, easily 1,000 calories. If you were to get these in a bag of chips, 500-600 calories. Then these West Cork Goujons. The fat is like really low on these. I was like surprised because fish is high in fat, so I was like, how is this? It's probably not even fish. But no, look at the ingredients, they're like 81% is fish. The rest is like breadcrumbs, so it is fish. So that's really good. So I'll show you what this looks like. The macros and stuff, I'll have them up on screen. I'll show you what it looks like when it's all done. But this is something like a healthy option that you can incorporate. Obviously there's loads of carbs here, but this is only because, as you know, I'm doing the big run, 11.5k a day for 14 days. So, and my weight is coming down, so I kind of want to stop that. It's coming down a bit too quick than what I would like, and that can lead to muscle loss and all that kind of stuff. So this should stall it a little bit. I'll show you what it looks like when it's all cooked up, ready to go. So pizza done. Look at that. Can't get it looking so good while being so healthy, and taste just as good. And I'm waiting on the chips and fish. They'll be here in a second. So the fish and chips are done. Oh, I can't wait to devour these. So crispy and bit of Cajun I put on them in the end. There you have it. There's a fake way that you can incorporate into your eating diet or whatever you want to call it. Some nice healthy. Obviously if you were trying to lose weight you wouldn't use this much carbs, but you could like just say have the chips and the fish instead, or maybe some half the bag of chips with the pizza. So easy things like that. It's definitely wise to use something like MyFitnessPal to help you out with that kind of stuff. But anyway, I'm gonna eat the rest of this. See you in the next one. So now, 100 miles done. It took me 14 days. Oh, today is definitely one of the slower ones. Just fighting in the rain, all that kind of stuff. So how I'm going to approach this for the next 2 days. I'm definitely going to be taking some time off. Whether it be 2 days, 3 days, a week, I don't know. Definitely won't be more than a week. Probably won't even be a week. But definitely need a body to rest now. So it's about recovering, rolling out, stretching, all that kind of stuff. And then how I'll do it is what I've been thinking is probably do 2 8k runs or something like that. And then probably I'm definitely going to be bringing on back in the weights. But I have very limited weight. I've only like 2 7kg dumbbells, but have to make it what do. I'm wasting away with all this running. My weight's definitely shot down in the last 14 days. I'll have all that up on screen here and I'll go through it all. Thanks for being watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. See you in the next one. So now it's done. As you can see, new area. I've moved up to a new room in my student accommodation. Someone moved out, so I got to take their room. Definitely a lot better than the last place I was in. As you can see, the window coming in, you have the lighting, a lot better. You probably can hear the rain, so try ignore that. Anyway, get in. Hope you enjoyed the clips. That was just like an insight into what I was doing over the last few days. If you've seen, maybe if you're on my fundraiser on Facebook or anything like that, you would have maybe kept up with it. If not, I'll have the fundraiser below because it is still going on. So if you can make a donation, that'd be great. If not, it's fine. Maybe something you can take out of just looking at the videos and all that kind of stuff. So how I felt before it was, I was kind of nervous, didn't know if I was going to make it through. I didn't want to start something and then quit I even remember when I had it, I had just set up the page and I didn't realise it was going to like, you know, go up straight away and invite people to like it and stuff. And I was like, oh, I wasn't even 100% sure if I was going to do it. I was just kind of scoping it out, looking at all the different information and stuff. But anyway, it did happen. Sorry, I moved around the camera a little bit. Actually, I hope you don't mind the microphone here. Just thought I'd rather better quality than the microphone in the shop. Anyway, so I only really started running properly in Christmas time. This time in the video now, it's February, mid-February. So I was nervous going into it, kind of thinking I didn't want to start something and then end up having to drop out going through it. But that was kind of the reason behind this anyway. It wasn't more of a fitness thing. Obviously great, I guess, a bit of fitness on the way, but it was more for the head, for the mind, because I don't really like running. So as they say, getting outside your comfort zone. So how I felt doing it then, actually when I was going through it, after a few days it kind of just comes to you. You get a little bit better, you're not as sore, you start feeling better, you know, internally you feel better. Definitely would advise stretching before and after, but I won't lie, I didn't do an awful lot after. I always did before, but I didn't do an awful lot after. So how I approached it was, I did it over 14 days and I did it 11.5 kilometers a day. The last 2 days, one of the days I did 12k, so I did 11 then the last. And that actually ended up being like my fastest day. Anyway, I'll talk more about that later. So, in case you didn't already know, I'm videoing on my phone, so I have the Garmin app here on the iPad. Just going to go through some of the stuff. I'll show it up here on screen for you to see anyway. So yeah, like I said, the last day was like, or the second last day was like my fastest. I ended up doing 12k. It was my fastest 5k and 10k. I kept the pace of, like, as you can see on screen, it was 4 minutes and 43 seconds, which is the fastest throughout the whole lot, which I was really happy enough with that. When I initially was coming into this, I kind of said I wanted to keep between 5 and 5.5, just because I didn't know how my body would go and all that kind of stuff. But like I said, your body does get used to it quick enough. Calories wise, I was burning like between 800 to 900 calories every day, and that really showed on my weight. I'll pop up on screen as well. So on my weight, I started out, it was like 76.3 and I went down to about 74.5. I waited after. I kind of took my last weigh in, so it ended on the 14th, Valentine's Day, and I took my last weigh in around the 16th. Just because on the last day, like Valentine's Day, I had like, you know, I had like cake and all that kind of stuff, a little bit of a treat for doing it. So obviously I had to take in consideration that weight being put on and all that kind of stuff, weight fluctuating. So I ended up being 74.5, which lost about 4 pounds overall. Now you could be thinking it's only 4 pounds, but you don't actually have that to lose. That can actually be a lot. Like I definitely went down a bit of body fat. I have pictures I took before and after, but I'm not great at all that kind of stuff. I don't know. I'll decide throughout this when I'm editing if I'll put it in. Probably won't. Not the best at taking them pictures or any of that stuff. I ain't really into any of that crack, but sure, hey, you don't know, maybe someday. So really now what my plan is, so obviously I lost a heap of weight. So, and by weight I mean definitely a bit of muscle mass. That's one thing that you have to kind of watch out for. I'd hate using the term weight. You should be really going by body fat and stuff, because if you step on a weighing scales, it doesn't tell the difference between muscle or fat or anything like that, or your weight, unless you have a biometrical impedance scale, which I do have, and I got it on Amazon. It's probably not 100% accurate, but the best thing about that is that you can kind of take the values. So you do know if you were 70 kg going in, then you went down to 65, you do know there was definitely a 5 kg loss. The initial number might not be as accurate, so I kind of take that with all the stuff in training. It's kind of like a little handy tip. So when you're doing, like, say, body fat, it might say you're 20 when you're actually about 15, but if you went down 2 or 3%, that's good to hold on that information. Plan is now, don't have a lot of weights. What I have is 2 7.5 kg dumbbells, but have to put up with it, have to do what we have, so you still can get a good bit of a workout done. I'll probably just do full body workouts, but I'm not dropping the running at all. I actually enjoy the running, so what I'm going to do is I'll probably do 2 or 3 8k runs a week. It depends on what I'll be doing that week, because I'll be doing cycling and all that kind of stuff. I am enjoying the cycling as well. I'm kind of turning into triathlon based, but I don't like swimming, so I don't know about that. Don't think I get into that. So what the plan is going to be, 2 to 3 days a week, 8k. Then I'll do weights the other days. So I'll do then is weights 3 or 4 days a week, and try balance between the two. So what I'd like to do is I want to cut a little bit more weight, because like I said before, I play soccer, and if I get more into the running, kind of lighter they are and the lower body fat that you are, it's obviously easier for you to carry that weight around. So I'm 74.5 around now, so I want to get down to maybe 73, 72, then look to put muscle mass back on, and then keep the body fat down. So that'll probably take a few more weeks, but that's what the channel and stuff is all before. It's more progression, track the journey. So I think that's everything from me, guys, in this one. Thanks for watching. If you stuck through the video, I know it can be a bit long, but if you enjoyed it, please like the video and share. Subscribe to the channel, comment below, and turn post notifications on. Thank you very much. I'll catch you in the next one.